Q Alliance is a local LGBT charity, and let's see, well, the latest is a good example of how we want to prompt people into action. So Q Alliance is part of something called Citizens MK, and they've decided on a number of issues, I think 5 issues that lots of agencies are going to deal with. Citizens MK is supposed to be a sort of grassroots campaigning group, yeah? So I'd say 90% of the agencies involved are faith-based groups, so you've got local mosques and churches and whatever. And then you've got sort of miscellaneous type groups as well. You've got Stantonbury School, you've got Q Alliance, you've got, I don't know, whatever. So it's all people who are part of, well, everybody's part of Milton Keynes community, but they're part of a group that is part of Milton Keynes community, and together they decided on some issues that they wanted to tackle. One of them is around feeling safe in our streets. So this is our first attempt at trying to get some interest generated. I didn't do this update. There are 4 admins for this page, whereas for the Relate one, I'm the only admin. So I'm likely to check in with this page and find that one of my fellow admin people has posted something else. It doesn't appeal to my control freakery, but you know, I think it's good in the long run because I have a certain style and they have other styles, which is good. So they're advertising this event, and then look, a whole 7 comments. Now Abigail is someone that has started commenting quite a lot on our updates, and from what she said before, she's a preoperative transsexual, she's got mental health issues, she's got disability, I think she might be blind, and you know, so juicy sort of person to be able to engage with for Q Alliance. She definitely fits the bill, and the stuff that she puts down, you couldn't pay for it. Brilliant stuff. I mean, I don't know what she does all day, but it feels like she just sits there thinking of the best way to respond to things on Facebook, and you know, she's really sensible. So long-term plan here, what I'm hoping will happen is that we'll try and draw her in. It may be that she's not comfortable in meeting us face to face, but if we can get her writing in the way that she does about her personal life and her story, we can then start using that with local GPs. We can start using it with local hate crime coordinators, and you know, my mind is full of possibilities of how we could shamelessly use Abigail, but it's not for the sake of using her, it's just for the sake of trying to get her to have a sense of doing something good as well, which I'm sure she has anyway, but we could enhance that, we could help it. And that's the whole point of Q Alliance, it's to start with people where they are and see where they want to get to and help them do that if we're able to. You know? So I actually commented after all she said about her experiences of walking through Milton Keynes shopping centre and getting nasty looks from people. I said, "This is all interesting and useful stuff, Abigail. Would you be interested in telling your story to our friendly neighbourhood hate crime coordinator, Hannah O'Neill, based in this very building?" Gave her number. "It's interesting to hear from anyone who gets transphobic or homophobic hassle in Milton Keynes. There's an opportunity at the moment to also speak to the press in Oxford." And I know this because I've seen separate emails from Hannah to Q Alliance requesting that she wants volunteers who are prepared to talk to the press about their experiences. So that's a good example, I suppose, about how I've connected up lots of things. And it is free-flowing, and I think if I was the sort of person who wanted to pre-plan everything all the time and have a very predictable outcome, I wouldn't like this. So there's an element of you have to sort of get into it and see what happens. And I don't believe that anyone could say anything on the Q Alliance page that would be the end of the world. Yeah. So even if they say, and in fact this has happened, "Q Alliance, you're all a load of hot air, you never do anything," and blah blah blah. That, for me, is an opportunity to start a good conversation, and it always has to be with the mentality of, it's a very community action thing actually, okay, how are you going to help us? You know, maybe we are a bit terrible in that respect, so how are you going to help us? That's always going to be my response to anyone that criticises us, because, you know, Q Alliance is only like 10 people, if that. But it feels bigger because we've got quite a big presence.